Elena Vasquez had always dismissed the nightmares as stress. As an investigative journalist covering elite corruption, she was used to paranoia, but the dreams were different. In them, tall figures with iridescent scales and unblinking amber eyes watched her from the corners of rooms where world leaders shook hands and signed treaties. They never spoke. They simply observed and hungered. One rainy night in 2014, an anonymous source sent her a heavily encrypted file. Inside was a rough cut of an unreleased documentary titled Veil of the Serpent. The description chilled her. Uncover the chilling theory of interdimensional reptilians and their covert influence on humanity. She watched it alone in her apartment. Testimonies from abductees described medical procedures aboard craft that didn't feel like metal, more like living flesh. A woman from Arizona spoke of a being that called itself Caliph, who claimed humanity was a long-term project. Your leaders are not entirely yours, it had told her. Then came the researchers. James Bartley, with his calm but intense delivery, described a multi-layered hierarchy of reptilian entities, warrior castes, royal bloodlines, and interdimensional overlords who fed on human conflict and emotion. This isn't invasion, he said. It's husbandry. We are the livestock that thinks it's free. Liazad appeared next, connecting ancient serpent cults to modern bloodlines. The same entities that posed as gods in Sumer and Egypt never left. They simply learned to wear our faces. Elena almost turned it off, but something kept her watching. The documentary ended with a warning. The greatest deception was convincing humanity that it was alone and in control. 2 weeks later, Elena received a late-night call. The voice was distorted. They know you watched it. Meet me at the old observatory. Midnight. Come alone. She went. The man waiting for her in the shadows introduced himself only as Marcus. Former military, he claimed to have been part of a Milab military abduction program. He rolled up his sleeve to reveal strange scar patterns that looked like surgical grids. They don't need ships anymore, he whispered. They step through the veil. Some of them wear human suits so perfectly that even DNA tests fail. Others influence from the ether, whispering into the minds of the ambitious and the cruel. Elena felt the hair on her neck rise. Why tell me? Because you're bloodline adjacent, Marcus replied. Your grandmother's stories about the Watchers weren't folklore. They've been cultivating certain families for centuries. Hybrids make better vessels. That night, Elena had the clearest dream yet. She stood in a vast chamber lit by bioluminescent veins. Before her loomed a regal figure, easily 8 feet tall, with deep emerald scales and a crown of bone-like protrusions. Its eyes held ancient intelligence. You are awakening, it said, without moving its mouth. Most never do. Your kind was designed to serve and forget. But the veil thins. Elena woke up, screaming. On her arm was a fresh scar pattern, identical to Marcus's. She spent the next year digging deeper. She found connections between powerful families and recurring symbols. The Ouroboros, the double-headed serpent, the all-seeing eye. She interviewed more abductees who described the same beings. Some had turned to spirituality as protection. Others had broken down completely. One night, while reviewing footage, Elena paused on a frame from the documentary. In the background of one interview, a man's eyes reflected light like a reptile's for a split second. She hadn't noticed it before. She leaned back, heart pounding. The hidden agenda wasn't just control. It was integration, a slow merging of their consciousness with humanity's, until the line between puppet and puppeteer dissolved. Elena never released her own documentary. Instead, she went underground, gathering others who had awakened. They called themselves the Veil Breakers. In quiet meetings across the world, they shared one truth. The Serpent Kings never left. They simply learned to rule from within. And the final phase of their plan was only just beginning.